Good evening. Welcome to Hotmess Issue Today, the hit. Please like, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Today, I have on the religion mask. And the topic for today, we're back on it. These priests, Catholic priests, and these abuse scandals and sex abuse allegations. Recently, the Maryland Attorney General has publicly released a redacted version of an investigative report. It details sex abuse allegations against more than 150 Catholic priests and examining the Archdiocese of Baltimore's response. They found that allegedly some of these priests sexually abused more than 100 kids. One priest, he admitted to abusing more than 100 kids. Primarily, these are boys. So priests, 99% of them are men. Their victims are young boys. Now, is no religion that's all one race. But Catholicism is pretty much predominantly, and I don't know the actual numbers, but I would say, at least, 90%, 95%, 98% white. And I'm like, that's just crazy that, these priests would get away with practically all it is raping young boys. It's been a history of that culture in that religion for hundreds of years. But in the modern day, these kids probably reported to their parents or reported to their teachers or reported to somebody, and they were not taken seriously. And on top of that is, as a parent, as a teacher, as an aunt, uncle, grandmother, you can kind of tell when something is going wrong with a child. They act differently. They once were extrovert, now they're introvert. They maybe they were introvert, now they're hurting themselves, self inflicting, and so nobody questions those things. That's crazy. But on top of that, the the Catholic organization, they always know. And what they'll do is send the priest to some counseling, and then they ship them off to another church. And they start and they do the same thing at that church. Sometimes the new church knows what the history of the priest was. Sometimes they don't. But these priests, they're not getting cured. So eventually they take up and do the same practices. And what kills me is no governmental organizations that were pressing charges and holding these priests accountable for their actions. And that's crazy. So they go on and on and on, raping and abusing kids. And then it comes to light decades later, and they try to say that, well, most of them are dead. Well, most of them ain't all of them, you know, and also most of them ain't the ones that's doing it now. That's just the ones that you had in your report. All you gotta do is, I ain't gonna say dig. All you gotta do is turn around, and probably the police that's in place now, some of them are doing it. So, when are you gonna put in place some policy and accountability to make it stop? You have a lot of these kids that's growing up to be damaged and abusers because of what they had to experience as a child. And I don't know how they feel, but I can almost say that if it was me and I finally make it to an adult, I'm taking some action. Even if I don't do anything to that priest or whatever, I'm probably going to burn down that church. It should be something that should be done. But a lot of times, one, people don't understand the Catholic organization. Even though they say it's the Catholic Church, it's a business. And they do whatever it takes to protect the business. That means they're trying to not have lawsuits and all of that. But the Catholic organization, if you dig a little bit deeper, it don't take much. They have their own money. They're considered a country. They have taken over, basically stolen land all around the world, which increases their riches. And, and these other governments, other countries in the world have allowed them to continue to operate in this same manner, especially the United States. Catholic Church has so much land that they have taken, stolen from Native Americans. And the same thing, even in those situations, they abused, killed, and abducted children, the Native American children, trying to, get them to be scrubbed of their culture. But I don't know, when is it going to stop? I just hate to keep talking about this, and it seems like, you bring it to light and it's only a news story. When is some action going to take place? When is some punishment going to get, issued out to these priests that's going and are doing these things? When are they going to jail? When are they going to get prosecuted? It's just crazy that they can continue to abuse young boys and children. Well, you tell me. I'm waiting to hear, waiting to see. This has been Hotmess Issue Today, The Hit. Please like, follow, and subscribe to my channel.